Yo, what's good, man? This is Easy Pinchar Podcast, which one and only host you know. Glory Boy back again with another special, you know what I'm saying? Special episode, man, for you guys. You know, I haven't really been dropping a lot because I was so busy, you know, just getting some things together, getting new equipments, and stay tuned, man. I got my studio loading. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I got a special guest also in the building. Yeah. And the special guest, man, she gonna introduce herself by how she wanna be introduced, so that way you guys can get to know her. And then she got a special freestyle for y'all.
Yo.
Yeah. All right, tell them who you are.
My name is CaptivatatedC. I'm 18 years old from Buffalo, New York, and I'm a lyrical rapper. Y'all need to get on my wave. Simple.
Shit, talk your shit. Say that again.
Y'all need to get on my wave.
Simple. Man, say that again.
Y'all need to get on my wave.
All right, get on her wave, man. All right, y'all heard her. All right, and we're going to start this with a quick freestyle. I'm going to mute my mic, and we're going to let her do her thing. You feel me?
Yeah. Look. Alright. Yeah. Let's talk about my elegant vision that I couldn't put in a sentence. My words at the top of the hit and the tempo will come with attention. Give him my energy, give him my peace, now they up on a mission. Watch it rise on the sidelines. Notice my name was a mention. Look closer, you got my attention. Sitting down got me in detention. I show ascend to a level of peaceful aligning with greatness to come with a price. And I'm playing it nice and I cannot just stress it enough. Looking for genuine love, looking for guidance. You said he confiding in someone who playing it tough. I did my breaking the journey inside of my mind. I know what you find. My happiest moments that turn in a storm. My sanity is being paralyzed. Sooner or later I'm giving you everything. Even my death gets to looking like joy. Life is a toy. Playing my emotions is down in the potion and watching it weigh or the filling the void. Yeah. Nah, I ain't done.
You killing this shit, man. You killing this shit. No cap. Come on, let's go. Yeah.
Look, I could be a better artist. First I get inspired. We can all aspire without copying each other. Write another sound is only feeding in a cycle. Hear another sound and shoot it down like they got rifles. Damn, what happened to originality? Yo, heartbroken, that boy choked, just started saying to me. Every instrumental is just on a looping spree. When we gon' be free from the man we pay the fee? I gotta get my soul to breathe. God forbid I ever say what I think. I mean, say what I mean. They say the truth set you free, but they got hitmans on me. And if I say this before I blow, just know they target on me. Cause I'm captivated.
Captivated.
Yeah.
Captivated.
I'm cap.
Come on.
That'd be hard, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my God. Come on, man. Y'all clap it up for Captivated. You know what I'm saying? That was fire. That beat was hard too.
Much love.
I ain't gonna lie, that beat was hard too.
Better than what you was picking.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was trying to pick a beat for her, and she was like, "You know what? Just give me the phone, man. Give me the phone, man. Like I can do this myself." But yeah, I appreciate you for coming through. You know, because we've been saying we was gonna do this for a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy how time flies.
I know, months, and you had to go through some personal things, you know. I mean, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it because it's something that can inspire other people in terms of, like, you know, just loving who you are and so on. But yeah, so tell the people, though, where you from?
I'm from Buffalo, New York. I'm literally just an upstate rapper.
Upstate rapper.
Yes.
And tell us, though, like, was rapping your first thing like that? I mean, growing up, like, because a lot of people that I interview, they be like, yo, I started rapping when I was 3 years old. Like, did you start rapping when you was like 3 years old?
I didn't. I didn't start rapping when I was 3.
How did that come about, though?
First I was singing in church, and then I started rapping about like 7th, 8th grade.
Okay.
I was listening to rap the whole time though, growing up, because my mom's put me on. So it was always J. Cole, Tupac, Eminem, and that's the type of wave that I hopped on. It was the lyrical side.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got inspired by J. Cole.
Hell yeah.
J. Cole. So J. Cole is your number one artist, right?
Oh yeah, that's my dad.
That's crazy. She said that's my father.
For real.
That's my dad. And yeah, I mean just singing in church, like did you start that like through like a family thing, or were you pushed to go sing in church, or what happened?
It was in the middle of both. I mean, my family was already religious, so
Right.
we went to church regardless. But then I was like, I like to sing. And she was like, well, if you go sing, you got to sing at church. So I started singing at church, and I ended up becoming like the lead singer for like, like the kids choir and stuff. I was really
So you're nice with
that
it.
kid. Yeah, I was that kid.
Yeah, so very talented. And what school did you go to, like in Buffalo?
I actually just graduated from performing arts. High school.
Performing arts. How was that?
It was good. It's a school like majoring in music and arts. I was like, it was the best thing for me to study what I love.
Right. Because a lot of people like used to kind of like think performing arts is just a school for like just people that sing, dance, da 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 da. And you guys actually do schoolwork like other schools,
Yeah.
right?
Oh no, they're heavy on academics. It's like you get one period during the day to actually work on your major. If you don't pass your classes, you don't get to participate in performing or anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So basically, performing is like a sport to you guys. Because when athletes do bad in school, they don't get to play sports. So same with you guys.
Yes, exactly.
When you do bad,
and it's even worse when you do arts and you do sports. If
Right.
you're not passing your classes, you can't do neither.
You can't do neither. That's crazy. That's crazy. And yeah, tell us though, like what background are you from? Like in terms of like your race and so on. People have to know stuff like that too.
Well, shit. Yeah. I'm a black girl. Personally, I'm a black girl. That's
Black
what I
gal.
look like on the outside. I am, however, mixed, so Jamaican and Dominican, and I don't know. I try to dip into both sides of my culture. I'm currently learning that right now because a lot of people don't know. I was raised adopted, so I was in the foster system. I'm just now learning about who I am now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And how did that come about? You just being adopted?
Adopted?
Yeah.
I ended up in the foster system when I was born. So I got adopted when I was I think 8 months or something.
When you was 8 months,
8 months.
a toddler, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was a baby. And they just, my family took me in. And here I am now. I'm now that I'm back in contact with my biological mom, she used to rap.
Right.
And my foster family.
Oh, you could move that a little bit. Yeah.
Got you.
My bad. Let me fix that for you. Yep.
Thank you. My foster family is nowhere near musically inclined at all. They literally have no type of talent. I'm sorry if they see this. they don't rap or sing as good as my biological family does. So then I was like, oh, okay, this is where the talent really came from.
Right.
But it took me a lot to get in contact with my bio family and then see where that talent really stemmed from. I was like, okay, this is cool. But now I'm living the dreams out for them.
Man, I mean, shout out to you though. Shout out to you for taking time now and learning about your culture. Because coming from a Dominican and Jamaican family, music is very huge.
Heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And was your father or your mom biological parents doing music as well? Did they start singing in church and stuff like that?
I don't know their entire background as far as their upbringing. I just know that my mom, who's the main one I still talk to, she was rapping, and she still has videos of her when she was young as hell, just rapping. And I was just like, okay, you're good. Actually.
I mean, that's where you got it from.
Yeah.
So you know what, Mom? I feel like I got that genes for you. I got them genes for you. That's good. That's good. I mean, yeah, and also if we take a look at Buffalo itself, I mean, when you started rapping, who kind of motivated you, to continue within the rap aspect of music instead of singing in church?
Um, let's see. Jeez, that's a lot. I want to shout out the local artist here from Buffalo. His name's Storm Young. He's also a rapper, and he definitely caught me in like my lowest of moments was during COVID, and I was writing music. That's when I was discovering my sound. I was very depressed, and he was the one who helped me find my sound and honestly kept me alive. Also, when I was living out of state, A Step Nye, he's from South Carolina, also a rapper. He's the one who also helped me find my sound, and he was the first person I ever featured on a song with. Because I was like, I never knew what a feature was. I was learning like the vocabulary for music. And then I was just like, okay. I was like, this is a verse. This is an open verse. This is a feature. I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then just XXXTentacion. He was like my biggest influence before J. Cole. He was the one that I looked up to. And after he passed, he was the reason I took music seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to him, man. He's a legend because like he kind of left an impact on a lot of youth, you know.
Hello, me.
Yeah, when I was in college, like I had one of my friends from Ohio. He was so obsessed with that dude's music, like crazy.
You would think.
You know, he got me caught up to his music too, like Moonlight, or, you know, like
Yeah.
all that music. I mean, shout out to XS, man. But yeah, and also like, did you face some backlash within your family, like just switching from singing in church to rapping?
Not at all, actually. Because when I started rapping, I never cursed because I already had a strict family.
Right.
So I knew better. And I was like, all right, clearly if I'm going to write and I want to show them what I create after, I can't say nothing bad. That's going
Right.
to get me in trouble. So I just started writing. And then I showed them and they was like, this is good. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I think I'm going to do this. And then I started doing it. And they was like, well, you're not cursing. You're not saying nothing bad. You don't really talk about, like, the devil or something. Excuse my hat. No, I'm playing.
I mean,
a fashion
there's
statement.
nothing wrong with your hat. It's just color red. You feel me?
Color ray for me.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no. So they really are very supportive in the route I've chosen, only because I'm not an explicit artist. So I don't go out and try to sexualize myself to get opportunities faster. You know, try to get fake respect. Like, I'd rather earn all of it authentically, so they trust that the route I'm going, I'm doing it the right way.
Right.
Regardless of they're around me or not, they know that I'm gonna do this.
That's a fact.
Yeah, like safely.
That's a fact. And yeah, I mean, and also, do you know an artist named his name is D1?
D1.
Yeah, so he's kind of like, his music is most likely like, he don't rap about violence and so on. He was just going back and forth with Rick Ross and Meek Mill, telling them like, how you guys saying that you're impacting the community when you're making songs about violence, gang banging and stuff like that. But yeah, and also like, is your family like supportive with your music?
Very much so. Yes.
Very much so.
Very.
Do they come to your concerts? Do they come to your studio sessions and stuff like that?
Well, because my family is very spaced out, I would say like my biggest supporter has probably been my dad. My dad is at every show. He comes to the studio here and there if I invite him. Sometimes I just rather be alone. But they always trust that I go where I say I'm going and I'm working on what I say I am. And yeah, no.
You want to lock in?
Yeah, my family, they supportive.
That's good. I mean, when you have a supportive family, it kind of pushes you to kind of like continue on with your journey. You feel me? Like, in terms of like, for example, if you don't have a family that's supporting your dreams, it just like let you down, like, in so many different ways.
Yeah.
You feel
It'll
me?
be your biggest and first heartbreak.
But that's good though. That's good. I mean, shout out to them. That's why you're still going. That's why you got an album actually on the way, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and tell us about the album though. Like, you don't gotta tell us like the songs that's on the album. I mean, you can tell us like few titles, maybe one or two titles, the name of the album if you already came up with it, and when is the album dropping? I mean, if you don't mind.
Okay, so I'm gonna read this because it's in my notes. Because you know I gotta stay organized and stuff. So the album is called the See Through Me album, and because my name is Captivated C, it's the letter C and then through me. So this is gonna be my first album. Even though I've been making music for years, it's taking me so long to perfect my craft and try to understand what type of artist I am. So now that I have gone through the things that I needed to go through, and I've taken the lessons and the blessings, and I have the knowledge that I have now,
Right.
I'm like, I can write this song and I can make it relate to you rather than just making this whole thing about me. Because at the end of the day, sometimes people not going to bump songs that's your story, you know? You got to
Right.
make the song like third person type of thing. Or like third person or like first person.
I mean, when it's third person, basically is like about like, you know,
Yeah.
first person is you,
Something
like
that.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, I'm going to read this. So it says, this album consists of the journey of finding the artist I am today, what made me who I am, how diverse did I turn out to be, and the mental battles and struggles within a year that shaped every thought that pertained persisting energy in each song. Each experience has its own personality and situations, adjusting to individuals. That goes for people. I was not stable, but I was passionate. I was not motivated, but I worked from the soul. I kept solely the love for music regardless of how long it took for me. When I was ready, everything would fall into place. As long as the work ethic was the loudness to my success, I did what made me proud and nobody else.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's good. That's good. I mean, if you have a meaning to it, that's the most important thing. And tell us like what are the two tracks that you have on, like two titles that you already came up with, like with like the songs.
Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. My favorite one right now is Theory, which is gonna be I'm working on a music video for that. I'm gonna drop that as a single, but it's also gonna be on a album. Theory is a really great song. I'm gonna need y'all to like really tap into that when that releases. And let's see, I'm gonna say maybe Hate Won't Win.
Hate won't win.
Hate Won't Win.
Hate will never win.
Yeah.
Cause love gonna always win. You know what I'm saying? Love costs so much. Hate is only negative $0.000.
Facts.
You know, but when it comes to love, it comes with a lot of flowers. It comes with a lot of joy, happiness, support. Let me talk my shit, man.
He
You know
trying
what
to get all
I'm saying?
sentimental and shit.
Nah,
like-
because I'm telling you, love gonna always win. You know, it's like,
True.
what was the Martin Luther King's quote? It's like about darkness, whatever. That's, you know,
I
darkness.
know
will
I'm
never
American.
Win.
I ain't that American. I don't even
Nah,
know.
Actually he said this quote about it's about hate and love, but he put it like in more like, if there's darkness, the light gonna always outshine it. You know, the light gonna always outshine darkness. You know, regardless of what circumstances we're in. But yeah, so now let's go ahead and talk about, you know, things that you've been through. I mean, as an artist, as a person, like, and how you how you overcame them, like in terms of like, you know, walking through it and just being here, standing here, you know, and doing this episode with me.
Where do we start? That's a lot.
Yeah, we could start from like,
You know I got
You know,
history.
you could tell me like, I mean, you could tell everybody.
Tell
It's
everybody.
things that you've been through though, like that have shaped you to become the
Okay.
person you are today. You feel me?
Well, okay. So, when I started writing music, I struggled with what exactly my concept was. Every time I listened to a beat or I looked at the title and I'm like, okay, what am I going for? And over time, you know, I just started making this list of notes of like how I felt in certain situations or what the situation was, and I would make that my concept and I would make that the goal for my song.
Right.
And I don't know, I just grew up like, I had a supportive family, but I had a very strict family. I had a very religious family, and it was so overbearing that it did put me in a depression, and then it put me into this overwhelming state where I didn't know how to express myself. I grew up in and out of therapy. I was constantly on different medications. Like therapists was always trying to throw something at me, and it would just mess up everything. It made everything worse. It never really made me better. And that's like, as I grew up, I got older, and I started like getting into like the spiritual side of stuff, and I realized like I don't want meds, and I don't mind talking. I love therapy actually. Now I actually do love therapy. Back then I didn't. I hated it. Like with a passion.
Sorry to cut you off, but I really feel like the medication part of therapy is what destroys a person's well-being.
Yeah.
Because like you being fed you go to the doctor, I'm feeling a little depressed, and then boom, prescription, like go get some medicine, go to your closest pharmacy. And now a person is so filled up with so much meds that the med only numb their pain for that certain period of time. Yeah, they're not the same no more. You feel me? And I just don't feel like meds don't really cure depression or anything.
Yeah, there is no cure. It only manages it.
You only in the
There's
moment
not a cure
for a few hours, and then you got to take more.
Yeah. I even thought love was going to work, but love don't work either. Like, I'm surrounded and supported by so many people, but it's only so much that I could take, and then sometimes my own battery just runs out, and my body starts rejecting to, like, receiving love, and I'm just like, I don't want this. And the whole time I really do, but in my head, I'm like, I don't have the energy to tell you thank you or that I appreciate you. But in my heart, I really promise you I do. It's hard because it's a very hard thing to explain because everyone's is different. So
right.
Yeah.
And why is it so hard though? Like, is it like something that you kind of like developed when you was away from your family, or just things that you went through in terms of like just trying to find yourself, trying to find your true identity as a Dominican and Jamaican woman? You feel me?
Yeah, no, it was definitely just growing up in the household I was in. How they raised me, I didn't really agree with. So, I didn't know how to speak up back then.
Right.
And then as I went through therapy, it was the same pattern of like, yeah, I'm talking about my environment in my home. And then they would bring my mom in and they would have us talk to each other. And I'm telling her, I'm like, I never needed you to be like a parent by doing the bare minimum because you already supposed to do that. You're supposed to be financially there for me. But I asked her to be emotionally there for me, and she wasn't. So I ended up looking for it in places that I had no business looking for it. I was lacking emotional stability, and I was looking for love from people that I didn't need to be around or in places that I didn't need to be. And it ended up to a point where I shut out from her and I didn't tell her nothing. I didn't feel like I could tell her anything. So I don't know. That it's just like it's unspoken trauma that I don't talk about because even if my family don't know, not even my closest friends know. I don't tell them even to this day. So it's like I'm not even gonna open it up right now. But just know like there's unspoken traumas that are all behind my music because it's just like.
Y'all stay tuned to that album, man. Y'all gonna know this girl's story. You feel me? And also, like, I mean, you have the courage to actually put it in the music itself. Do you be like in the studio, like when you're rapping about your unspoken trauma, and just crying and just thinking about it and just pouring like your whole heart out?
Usually I haven't cried.
Or you just be
much.
thugging it out.
Oh, I'll be thugging it because that's the time where it's like I could really rap a sad song, but to me it's so much rage behind it that you wouldn't even know that I was feeling a whole different emotion. So it's like the bond me and my engineer have, the way he records me, he knows that I'm gonna take my time, and we're very quick when we record. So as soon as I record, if I mess up, sometimes if I don't mess up, but he knows I messed up, he'll stop and be like, do it again in the middle of my verse. And I like that because he's the only one who actually does that. Most engineers and producers, they're like, just let you go through it and just be like, do you like it? I'm like, no, I don't. I want to do it again. If you don't stop me in the middle of my verse, I'm going to respect you much more because I really want you to stop me and tell me, like, you could do better because he knows my potential. So when it comes to my songs, he know I don't never come in there with no bull. Ever. I'm always writing some real shit.
She be on timing. She be on timing, man. She be so ready to drop some bombs in that studio booth, you know, you know what I'm saying?
Bath bombs.
Yeah. But yeah, and also this past month you've been going through a lot. Mm-hmm. You feel me? You went through a procedure, surgery. Tell us about that. Like, how did that kind of like have you look at life differently? You know, in terms because surgeries does change the way you look at life.
That's a fact.
You feel me?
And I can say that because you know how me and you have talked the past few days, just even on the phone trying to catch up, and you know, right. Like, you know me. Like, I went through this surgery, y'all, and it was like I had to stop working. And they just put me on disability. And my doctor was like, yo, I took it as a sign. He was like, you don't need to go back to work. He said, I'm going to try to hold you off for as long as I can on disability. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then he was like, yeah, he said, you make music and you're going to school for music. I think you should just take these next few months to an advantage and work on as much as you can. And I was like, so don't go back to work. He said, yep, I'm going to write a doctor's note. I said, bet. So now it's like at this time where it's like, now that I have so much freedom, I had to prepare myself for the discipline. And I didn't know that until it happened. And I was just like, damn, I wake up, I don't got to go to work. Now I'm like, what do I got to do? I'm like,
you don't got school, you don't got work.
I was like, I graduated. Like, I was like, okay, I got to be productive. And I was just like, I got up and I had to write. I started making beats. I was like, you know what? Let me finish this album. And now all the free time I got, I'm like, I'm going to do this. And every day it's always either a studio session or I'm working on a beat. And sometimes I got to ghost y'all, man. I got to go off my social medias because I need a minute to collect my thoughts. Because this is going to be some greatness.
Nah, for sure, though. You gotta take that moment to lock in. You know where you're heading. You know where you're heading in life. You know, people don't really know that, but you know that. You feel me? And shout out to your doctor for understanding that because you're still recovering. You feel me? So, like, there's no need for you to be at work, killing yourself when you still have time to recover. And what was the procedure like? What did you go through?
So I'm not even sure if I was born with it, but I had scoliosis. So my spine wasn't straight. And they took an x-ray of me, like, first when I was, like, 15. And they was like, okay, it's not too bad right now, so you don't need a brace. You don't need no surgery, nothing. We're just going to monitor it. I come back, like, when I was 17, they looked at it, the x-ray. My spine done moved all the way over. They was like, how? And I was like, I don't know. And they was like, well, you're going to need the surgery. And I was like, okay. Well, I guess this is it. But my doctor told me straight up. They told me that senior year. They was like, I'm going to let you finish your senior year, get your prom through.
They want you to walk across the stage.
Yeah. They was like, get that senior experience. And then we're going to have you booked for appointment. I said, okay. And that's what we did. And it's just, I don't know. It was very hard when I got out the surgery because it was like walking the first few days. I was so mad at like the physical therapist. I was so mad at her.
Man, physical therapist, right?
I wanted to punch her so bad.
Oh, man. I can relate on that, man, because my knee's injured, so I haven't been playing soccer for a while now. And my physical, like, I went to therapy, man. Like, this dude barely knew what he was doing. This man is thinking. Like, he's stopping in one place, and he would think, like, okay, Glory, let's try that. Let's go. Glory. I'm looking at this man like, bro. You know, I personal train people, so I know exactly what to do, but that's his job because I was sent here by my doctor, so I want him to do a good job. So everything that I was doing with him, I just felt like it